Okay, I am back. This phone's a real piece of junk, but like I said, I'm going to be getting a camera in the next day or so. I'm probably going to get the Olympus waterproof camera because I'm going to be doing some underwater hunting this summer, so I will have a good video camera. But anyway, we talked about, in my earlier video, we talked about this Robert Lee token, and real nice piece. Post-war, but nice. Now we're gonna go on to machine I am hunting with now is the Garrett AT Gold, and I've hunted with a lot of machines. That's the 8.5 11 coil, and I use Grey Ghost amphibian waterproof headphones. I use those. I like them on land and in the water. They seem to be the best for me. There's a lot of headphones out there that are nice, but I like the Grey Ghost the best. I like the AT Gold, and it's a real good machine. I've used a lot of machines over the 25 years. I started out with the Nautilus DMC. Hunted with that for about 5 years, and then I used a Nautilus DMC 2BA for probably 8 years and dug a lot of stuff with it. Good machine, and I've used it to Soros. I had a Vaquero and ran with that thing for several years, and that's a real good brass machine, but its depth is not that great. So I've decided to go with the AT Gold, and it's a real nice machine. Digs very deep. I've had a lot of success with it, and everything I'm about to show you was dug with the AT Gold here in December of 2013. I'll start with some colonial stuff here. I've got an area I hunt that has a nice Colonial sight on it, and I dug this real nice brass shoe buckle. The hook is gone. It was iron, but really nice piece. And I've dug some iron buckles. Got pewter spoon handle, and got some other pewter spoons here that I dug. Some really nice. Here's one here that has a design on it I think is really neat. But in one spot I dug these 3 handles, and then was fortunate enough to find the spoon part as well, and I dug 3 of those. So 3 handles and 3 spoons. I'm pretty sure they belong to each other. And I got some tack stuff. This is a real nice one in the Colonial site. It may be on a chest or bag or something. And I got this shoe buckle, which the iron is going, the iron hook. There in the back you can see where it was there on the one side. This phone not too good. It's a little blurry, but like I say, I'll get something better. And I dug this nice shoe buckle. Really nice piece. Got these iron buckles in the Colonial site. These strange things here, I'm not sure. Looks like maybe off of a dresser drawer, but it's broken. And here's another one here. They're like door pulls or drawer pulls or something. And got these broken shoe buckles. Nice design on there. Pretty nice. Pretty nice pieces. I found these 2 pretty close together. And I thought, hey, I got the other half of this one, but they don't match up. So it was two different broken shoe buckles. I was hoping they would fit together, but they don't. Dug this nice lady's brooch clasp, and it's silver washed. Got some silver on there, you can still see, but it was broken. Let's see if I can set this up so you can see it was together. So two pieces, very thin brass, very thin, but it went like that when it was together. But it's silver washed and real nice flower design on there. You can see the silver inlay on there. Lots of silver on the back there. But that's a real nice piece I got in the Colonial site. Also in the Colonial site, I've dug 51 flat buttons. There's a broken design button. Still got the shank is partially broken there, but it's a nice piece. But just all kinds of brass buttons and pewter buttons. Here's a real nice pewter button, very heavy, thick pewter. I mean that's a nicest pewter button I've dug. Most of them are thin. Then I've got some type of piece here. I don't think it's a button. It's the size of a button. No design on the front. It's got, you know, convex type front on it, but it has two hooks on the back. So I think that was just a decorative piece. Maybe for a woman or a child to put on their dress or clothes. That's real nice there. Oh, here's another shoe buckle, and this is out of pewter. This is not brass. And I got another piece of it there. It was broken when I dug it, but I'm missing part of that. But that was a shoe buckle. And like I said, it's pewter. Really neat piece there. Got some big flats of tomback button. Really nice. Really nice. Another tomback. Real nice buttons. Here's a nice looking button. It's sunken in the middle. Nice, beautiful hook on the back. Really nice button. Got some nice buttons on it. Oh, here's another pewter button. Nice shank on the back. Really nice. Here's another pewter. I've got 51 of these buttons out of the site. It's a strange site. I got the shoe buckles, some iron buckles, of course some iron square cut nails. There's billions of them at this site, but the AT Gold is pretty good at discriminating them out. I set it just enough discrimination to get rid of the nails. You have to. It is so junky in this site. Drive you nuts to hunt in all metal. But I dug some of the signals just to have a few of the square cut nails to go with the relics. I thought it was real neat. Let's see what else I got in here. Now I got mixture of Civil War stuff too. I'll go over that. Here's a neat pewter button that has a hole in the middle, and this was made at the house site. Very crudely made, melted. They made it themselves, put a hole in it. Probably was replacing a button that they lost, and they lost this one too. real nice. Here's a nice octagon shaped flower button. It has a flower design in the middle. You can't see this camera too well, but the shank is broken, but a real nice octagon button. Let's see, here's a pewter, another pewter button I dug that has some designs on it. Really hard for y'all to see in this video, but I wanted, this is my first video, so bear with me. I'm trying to learn this and do things the way you all would want to see them. But right now I'm just running this camera for kind of a test. This is my test video. Like I say, I'll be getting a better camera, video camera, and getting some field hunts, some shots. My kids go hunting with me. I have a girl and a boy, and they both have machines, and they're just getting into it, so we have a lot of fun with it. Okay, here I'm just trying to show you some of these nice Colonial buttons, and that's got a nice, it domes up. It's not pushed or anything, but the shank is broke. But I thought it was a neat, I've dug a lot of neat flat buttons in this spot, and a lot of hours of hunting because it is so junky. And there's a nice brass button, real sweet brass. Shank is going. Here's a huge tomback, iron shank, nice flat. Let's see, here's another one, nice shank. A lot of these buttons I got, shanks are sweet on them. Some are going, some are broken, but look at that shank. It's really nice. I have 51 of them in here. It's this is a weird button here. I can't determine whether this button almost looks like a two-piece button, but I'm not sure. I don't know. It has an iron back and it's gone, broken. Neat. In here I've also dug the tiniest button that I've ever dug. It's about the size, I can't even pick it up with my fingers, it's so small. Let me see if I can get it up here. I'm working on it here. It is so tiny, it's about the size of the end of a pencil eraser. And it's brass, and it definitely had, the shank is gone, but you can definitely see where the shank was. Very, very small button. I mean, it's about the size of a pencil eraser. You know, one of those yellow pencils with erasers on the end. That is the smallest button I've ever dug. The one thing about the AT Gold, digs very tiny things. I mean, I've dug some things that has taken me 20 minutes to find, and it's so tiny you can barely see it. And you have to use a pinpointer to find. So the AT Gold is phenomenal on small things like this little teeny button. And percussion caps, some of the Civil War sites I'm hunting. I've dug a bunch of percussion caps. Now I've dug percussion caps with the Nautilus and the Tesoro, but not very many. And I know I've walked over and missed them, but this AT Gold definitely gets the tiny stuff like percussion caps and tiny buttons. It's and a couple other small ones here. This one's a little bit bigger than that one I just showed you, but definitely has the shank spot there on. Here's one that was gold washed. I can't pick it up either. Stuff gets stuck down in there and you can't get it up. But there's the back of it where the shank was. And you can see some gold, had gold wash. There's a lot of gold still left on that flat button. You know, for laying in the ground so many years. Nice piece. Now this was definitely a two-piece button. The face is gone, but beautiful, beautiful stand-up shank on the back. a shame. The face is gone. Okay, I think I've got everything. A couple bucking balls in that Colonial sight. Tiny buckle too that I got with that AT Gold. Just super small. That's the smallest iron buckle I've dug. Okay, this brass knob type thing was dug in a Colonial site. My son dug this. It almost looks like a drawer pull of a chest or something. Could be a top to something. Who knows, but a nice little brass piece that came out of the Colonial site. I dug these two things. They had iron hooks on the back. One is broken. I'm not sure what these were. It has a design on the front, like a flower design. It's hard to see with this camera fan. I dug two of them. Two of them at the Colonial house site. I think it's just some kind of design. It was on a chest or a dresser. Really neat things here. Trying to think. We got lots of nice stuff in here. And some coins. They didn't come from Colonial site. We'll go over those in a minute. But a lot of buttons. The brooch, real nice. That's Civil War. Some buttons there. I got some pieces of pewter bars. I think they were making their buttons out of. Dug a couple of those in there. That about wraps that up. We went over the buckles here. The stuff was dug. That nice brass buckle was really nice. Spoon handle, some iron buckles. Okay, let's move on to Civil War stuff. I have a site I'm hunting, very large site, several hundred acres. People were very nice to let me hunt their property, and it's turning out. Let's back up just a second. I dug this in that Colonial site, and I'm not sure it's brass. It's really hard for y'all to see with this camera. I might shoot this again because I want to get some feedback. If any of you know what this might be, but it's curvature. You can see the curvature there. I'm not sure what that came from, but it's brass, and it has some designs on the front here. I don't know. You can see there in the middle. There's some line designs, and not sure what this is, but it is brass. And I can tell you that it's probably period, Colonial something, very old. But if anybody got any ideas, would love to hear your feedback. I don't know. It's about 2 inches long, maybe 2 1/4 long, maybe maybe 1/2 inch wide there. I don't know. But anyway, of course my lead tokens are nice. Okay, let's move on to the Civil War stuff I dug here in November and December. Like I say, the weather has not been good to get much digging in, but what little bit I've got. But anyway, back to the area I'm hunting, a couple hundred acres. Got a spot that I got on some Eagle general issue Eagle buttons. This camera doesn't do justice, but I can't get it to show up very well for you guys, at least what I'm viewing. But I got 3 in one little spot. This one here's got a bad push in it. But they all got the hooks. It's the 3rd one. Nice eagle shield. All 3 are eagle shields. Then I got a real nice eagle eye cuff with a lot of gold on it. A lot. You can see it shining there in the camera. That's an eagle eye cuff. Nice shanking back on it. Whoop. Dropped it there. Real sweet eagle eye cuff. And then I got, in the same general area, got an eagle staff button with a ton of gold on it. I mean, I keep dropping these buttons, knock gold off out here in a minute. Really lots of gold. You can see on that rim there. This is the eagle staff button. The back. The shank is there. It's mashed over. Really nice eagle, heavy gold gilded staff. These staff buttons usually come out of the ground with a good bit of gold on them. They were very well made. Good quality gold wash on them. They're really nice buttons. Okay, and on this site I've also found a New York camp. There's a nice New York button with some gold on it around the edges here. Nice New York button. Good shank, good back. Very nice eagle or New York button. Here's another New York button in that camp. Some gold around it. The back is pushed. The front has a push in it. But nice New York. Then in this place I'm hunting, I've got onto a Massachusetts camp. And this is a Massachusetts volunteer militia button. Back is gone. A little bit of gold right in there, around the crevice, around the edge there. It has a bad push and it's bent up. But a real nice Massachusetts button. But I've got several of those. I got one here that the back comes off. This is a little bit better Massachusetts button. A little more detail. A little bit of gold on it. But that's a nice Massachusetts button. But the back came off as soon as I popped it out of the ground there. I'm glad I got both pieces. Shank is there, a little push down, a little push in the back, a little push in the front, but a nice Massachusetts button. There's several of those out of there. Several New York buttons. The eagle buttons come out of the general area there, the staff and the eagle eye. Got some melted lead, drop 3 ringer, real nice. Also, let's go back to the Colonial site. I dug these seals in there, and what these are lead seals, and they were 2-piece. Here's the other piece. They were pressed on goods shipped out. Like if someone ordered a shipment of clothing, the shipment, whatever they put in the bag, the box, of course they haven't put boxes back in, but a wood crate, mainly bags. The seal would get pressed on the shipment. And similar to today's shipments, like on tractor and trailers on the roads, if some Walmart is carrying a load of stuff to a store in a tractor and trailer, it has a seal on the back door that gets sealed after it was loaded. The truck was loaded, they close the doors, and they put a seal on it, on the door. And that truck has to arrive at that store with that seal on that door, and that seal cannot be tampered with in any way. In other words, the truck driver can't open the door. Nobody can open the door except for the store that the stuff was taken to. That protects the goods on the truck from theft, and it guarantees the product that it is, or is whatever they're getting, gets there without any tampering. Of course, to avoid theft and things. So when that truck arrives at Walmart and it has that seal on it, the people who unload the truck are in charge of removing that seal, and they get the packet paperwork, and everything should be what it is. If that seal has been broken, cut, or missing, they can refuse that truckload of supplies and send it back. So this is, back in the colonial days, is a similar type thing, but everything that got shipped from point A to point B had a seal on it, and these are lead. They're lead seals. All seals back then were lead, and it is marked. Let me look so I can look at here. It says number 14. Everything had a number on it. Number 14, and then it has the seal company, Rawson and Sons. It says Rawson and Sons, and then it has an H, a space and an H, but has number 14 on it. But I found the other piece too. They were pressed. There was two pieces that was pressed to seal the supplies. Then when it reached its destination, the seal was broken off, cut off. But anyway, I thought that was neat. I found this in that Colonial site with all those buttons and spoons, and it makes me wonder, with the amount of buttons I have found, and there's a whole lot more buttons there to be found, makes me think that this place repaired clothing, replaced buttons, possibly, and the seal was a shipment of things that was delivered, of course, on horseback in those days. But was the seal that came off maybe a shipment of buttons, a shipment of wool? But I thought that was real neat that I found that. I wanted to share that with you all. Okay, let's go back to the Civil War. So I got lots of melted lead and some bullets. Got a fired bullet. And here you get a couple round balls, some pieces of pewter. Here's a fired infield that I got. Real nice rings on it from being fired. Really nice bullet. Got a J-hook so far in there. Oh, yeah. Got this nice core badge. Hooks on the back. Really nice core badge. Also, got some carved lead pieces. Maybe a chest piece this is, possibly. Nice, square-sided, carved out of a bullet. Looks like a chest piece to me. Got that in there. Also got a fishing sinker. And real close to the river, so thought that was real neat. Carved bullet fishing sinker. The hole in it. It was really neat. Some pieces of brass. Did get some Spencer cases. Spencer cases. This is a really old modern case. After the Civil War, a center fire. You don't see any center fire in the Civil War. But a real early, the early 1900s center fire. I kept that. I thought it was really neat. And a broken up Spencer case there. Piece of brass. That's a small. No, that's the top to a Spencer case. It completely rotted up. Got the top of it. You got a few flat buttons in the Civil War area. Just take a little decoration, maybe went on a carpet bag or something. But there's the carved Corps badge. I think that's 23rd Corps, 3rd Division, or 23rd Corps, 1st Division Corps badge. Real. It's perfect in every way. And I got that in the New York camp. So it's real sweet. Let me just show you. It's Colonial, the Civil War. Colonial, Civil War. A few flats. Spencer cases. Pieces of brass. Some melted, some pewter. It's all Colonial. This is all Colonial here. Okay, let's move on to the coins found in the Colonial spot. George II coin. There's a little bit left on there, not much. All the coins I've dug in this site is heavily worn. I can get a date on this. I think it's 1782. Yeah, it's a 17. You all can't see it. It's on that edge there. Nah, it's just too blurry. Maybe I'll shoot some of these with the good camera. That's a 1782 George. Got another George here. Can't get the date out of it. It's real weak. Got a large cent. How thick that large cent is. Large 1 cent piece. It's got some, you can see right there. Got a little bit on the front, but everything is worn pretty bad. So a nice large cent. I did get in that site post-war Indian head. I think 1900. Yeah, it's a 1900. Can't get that date for you all. 1900 Indian head, post-war. Here's two more coins that are completely gone. I mean, absolutely cannot get a thing. It was found in the spot I got the 2 Georges, so I'm saying this is probably a George. And can't get the date. Here's another George, probably. Just completely gone. Just can't get anything off of them. Probably 1780s, 1790 Georges, 1782 the one, which is this is my better coin, but 1782. They came from the Colonial site. I think I went over everything I'm going to go over right now, but like I say, bear with me. This is my first video, so I'm trying to learn this, and I'll get better with it as we move along. Like I say, once I get out in the field, and I'm going to shoot a lot of field shots, digging. Me, my kids, it'll be a lot of fun. My son and daughter, they love it. Got my daughter a little bounty hunter, and I put my son right on the AT gold. I figured might as well jump right into it and learn how to do it. He's big enough to it'll take him a little while to pick it up. I figure there's no sense starting on a weak machine. You might as well just jump right into the big machine and just learn it as you go. But anybody got any information on this Robert E. Lee token? Please don't hesitate to send me some feedback info. I can't find out a thing about it. Can't get no info on the web. I'd like to know when it was, when it was released, made. But we do know it was done after 1870, because it's dated 1865 to 70. But I'm pretty sure it's a veteran. A veteran lost it on a battlefield. With a reunion they had at the battlefield, probably. I'm almost about 99% sure that's how it became on the battlefield. But it's almost my best find. I'm a big fan of Robert Lee and the Confederates, and it's just a sweet, sweet piece. But anyway, any feedback on that, I would love it. And this piece here, if anybody knows what this might have been on, I just don't know. But it's a nice piece of very old brass. Come out of the Colonial site, so nice piece. Oh, one more thing, I dug this nice pocket watch, pocket knife. It's falling apart, but it's all brass. Come out of the New York camp, which I could almost bet you was lost by a soldier. Really, really nice knife. In bad shape, but I got all the brass, and it's a real nice piece. I did hit a small spot up the road for me, and it's a Civil War site, a small skirmish. I got this shell piece. There's the fuse hole. Threads would have screwed the fuse in. So I got that in there. Got the lathe dimple there on the side. Confederate piece. But, it's a nice little piece of. I dug that in there, and some percussion caps. I'm not sure where the percussion caps are at the moment. I have a couple other cases. I dug 4 percussion caps in this shell piece in there, and that was only about an hour's hunting. A lot more hunting to do, and it's not a very big spot, but there's things there. Got this shell piece and the percussion caps. Did dig a couple fired Williams cleaners. I think they're with the percussion caps. I'll get those in another video. But, nice shell piece. I've dug thousands of these shell pieces back in the 80s, 1980s, with the Nautilus. Dug about 14 complete shells. Mulanes, Shinkles, Hotchkiss. Dug about 10 Hotchkiss, I guess, complete shells with sabots. A lot of people dig Hotchkiss shells and the sabots are going. I've never dug one with a sabot going, so I guess I've been fortunate to get them. But I'll get some of those in another video. Dug some cannonballs. I dug a 6-pound solid shot. And I dug a Rev War cannonball. So I've dug a lot of stuff, plates and things. But I just wanted to start out with a new video just with my late finds of 2013. So and it wasn't very much. I'm happy with what I got with the little time that I got out in November and December. We had a couple heavy snows in early December. It messed things up for weeks. And but I'll be hitting it here in the future, so we'll catch you another time. See you later.